Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you a bit later here. Had some time uh, in the afternoon and wanted to take a minute to enable you or enable myself to offer an episode here on the Money Cure. And so I love the concept of money. I love the concept of money. And the reason that I love the concept of money is because when we have money, our lives seem to go greater, seem to go more smoother and smoothly, and it seems to be less problems, right? I used to say I saw myself with cash and without cash, and the truth of the matter is I don't ever want to go back to the version of me that doesn't have money because it is a troubling sight. So, you know, I was thinking about today's episode, and one of the things that I really wanted to take a moment to convey was just the idea that, you law of attraction is a super, super popular concept. And I can remember when it just took the world by storm. And so many people were like, law of attraction this, law of attraction that, law of attraction this, law of attraction that. But there were so many holes that weren't explained that couldn't be explained in one movie, speaking of The Secret. So many people, myself included, begin to use the law of attraction and not really experience much success with it. And so then all of a sudden you say, well, this isn't really working. And that's kind of how the route that everybody took once they came to a place of it not producing right away. But the interesting thing is the law of attraction does work, and it works in an absolutely infallible fashion. I mean, it's almost impossible when you think of how much clarity it works with. And so when it comes to not only money, but everything, you really have to think about what it is, what type of vibration, what type of signal it is that you're emitting. Okay? So when I say that, I can remember when I used to have talks about it with my friends and stuff like that. I was like, well, I'm super positive. I don't really do any bad things or anything like that. And, I should be on point with the law of attraction. The truth of the matter is, we all are on point with the law of attraction because the law is based off of love that just shows us where we are in reference to what we're projecting out to the world. Now, getting back to me, I'm up here saying that, I'm positive. I'm never negative. I always look for the best in people. But see, the law of attraction wasn't going to be fooled. It's not going to be fooled by anybody. And that's the beauty of this law, is that it gets right down to the core of who you are. Because if it doesn't, then it can't create the shift that you want, right? It can't create the shift that you need in order to have the manifestation. And so, here I am struggling, trying to figure out what's happening. And then something told me, not something, but the divine urged me to go deeper. And then I realized that, a lot of the niceness that I had was manipulation. A lot of the positive aspects was just a cover up for how unhappy I was. And what I really was emitting was stressful circumstances. And like I know, if you listen to this podcast long enough, stress and worry will make your money fly away, right? So I had to get down to the case of, okay, what's really going to allow me to rise higher and to really manifest the money that I desire to manifest within my life? What's going to enable that to happen? And immediately I thought to myself, or just, I guess, a hunch, you could actually rather say, kind of just came in and it's like, okay, here's where you need to start. And it started laying out steps for me, right? And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you the steps that it laid out in order to make the law of attraction effective and to allow it to basically, while you're here, to manifest money. I'm going to show you how that works today as well. So the first thing that was revealed to me that I had to learn in order to effectively manifest the things that I desired, the first thing I had to learn was this. I had to get rid of all unwanted, unnecessary energy. And not completely all of it, but the big stuff that was holding me up at the time, right? So immediately it went to feel those emotions, those unprocessed emotions, and begin to forgive yourself, right? Begin to love yourself in a way that is so unconditional and so unrivaled by any type of love that all of a sudden anything that's not resonant with that love is going to be pushed out and pushed up. And I tell you, all types of stuff started to come up, from guilt to shame to unforgiveness to unacceptance, all types of things. And it was just absolutely mind-blowing to see what was transpiring for me at that time. And so that was the first step, getting rid of all the muck, getting rid of all the stuff. Because here's the thing. You manifest through all 7 of your energy bodies, the most important one in this aspect being the astral/emotional field, which means if there's anything stuck on your vibration, everything has to filter through that, right? Everything has to filter through that. That's why when you see sometimes people will get money and then it will just cause enormous issues for them. Enormous issues, right? So I had to get rid of all the stuff. And this takes time, but the beauty of it is the more things you get rid of, one energy block, trap belief at a time, the more freer you feel and the more you see manifest for you. Okay? That was the first thing. The next thing from there, in order to amplify manifestation of money and other things in my life with the law of attraction, was I had to go into a state of gratitude, right? I had to go into a state of gratitude, and here's why. Gratitude is the recognition, the acceptance that you already have whatever it is that you're looking to have, right? And not only that, gratitude literally spikes your vibration to the highest level, because there's something about thank you. There's something about the grateful energy that just allows you to rise up higher than you could have ever imagined. That's just how the universe is set up. Gratitude, if you know nothing else, start with gratitude, start with appreciation. You know, Abraham, Esther Hicks, does this rampage of appreciation, and it's really awesome to see the type of energy it creates when you do it. And basically all you do is, for a certain amount of time, you just start going on a rampage of appreciation of all the things and people and everything you appreciate, and it changes your vibration. And I promise you, I've done it multiple times. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm going to get back into doing it again. And it's the most amazing concept out there, I feel like, when it comes to the law of attraction, because all of a sudden you go from stress and worry to resonating at appreciation and gratitude. You know what's going to happen? Your energy is going to change, right? And then everything else is going to change after that. So it's so important to know that right off the bat, okay? So from there, from gratitude, then you got to have the faith, right? So gratitude and faith is like a quarter, heads and tails. They all kind of come into the same boat. And what tends to happen is, as you're giving gratitude, your faith is activated that you know the universe is working on your behalf. And if you Faith is the most important, because if you can't come to a place to believe that the universe is working for you, nothing is going to work in your favor, especially when it comes to manifesting bigger things in your life. So you have to have that faith. And the best way to me to create faith is to think about all of the times the universe has brought you something similar or greater to what you're trying to manifest. So I was looking at the times I've documented every single date where I've manifested a large sum of money. And so whenever I have to manifest money for something, whatever it may be, I always think back to the time when I manifested those, and it amplifies my faith, because there's a saying that Florence Scovel Shinn, I think Catherine Ponder as well used it. What God has done before, he can do for me more and more, right? What the universe has done before, it can do for me more and more. Have faith in that, and go to your past if you need to, and sit with that energy and just revel in it, because it's going to help you, right? It's going to help you tons. And then from there, so above anything else, the desire for what you have has to be there, right? You've got to desire something enough, because desire creates feeling, and feeling magnetizes the universe to that thing that you desire, right? So desire kind of encapsulates all these things. But right after you've had that desire, then you got to let it go, okay? You got to let it go, and you let it go to the universe, to the ethers. Why? Because you want whatever comes to you to come to you by divine right and divine selection. And what that means is that it's going to be perfect for you. It's coming in an easy way. It's coming in a way that is not going to cause you hell. Because one of the biggest things I prevalently heard and saw happen with the law of attraction when it first came out is people were manifesting things in a hostile manner because they didn't clear out all their stuff, and they didn't allow it to come by divine right. Instead of saying easily and effortlessly, they would manifest it in the most difficult way. And by that time, you're completely spent, and there's nothing really that you can do, right? So it's important to basically let go, right? Let go and release, and then move into a place of ease. And here's why ease is so important. Because the divine moves at ease. Love moves at ease. The source of everything that you desire moves from a place of ease. And guess what else moves from a place of ease as well? And some people like to call ease neutrality, but money resonates at the same vibration as love, as the same vibration as source, as the same vibration as divine, as the same vibration as, what was that other one? I had it. Anyway, it's not important, but just know it resonates with source and with love. Love and money are the exact same thing. They are one in the same, right? And if you have love in your life, that means you can have the exact amount of money. You just mentally have not allowed it in yet, right? But know that love and money resonate at the same energy. Nobody's ever told you that probably, but believe me, trust me, I can prove it to you if you want me to prove it. But in knowing this, it puts you at ease. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to strain. You don't have to go fighting after, clawing over, manipulating people, practicing hijinks to get them to buy your stuff. No. It resonates. It's the same thing with love. So it resonates at the same point as love. This is why people always say, follow what you love. Do what you love. Take care of what you love first. Go after what you love, because love and money are the same thing. And I'm living proof of it. I'm living proof. So you get into that place of ease. And as you're there in ease, and another great thing to do is to just honestly, once you set that intention, put your focus on something else, right? The most amazing thing unfolds. A lot of times, the money that I have manifested that's been like large amounts, and when I say large, I'm like 20, 50,000, 75, 200,000, stuff like that. The money that's manifested in my life at those amounts has come when I've directed my energy to something else, which means my energy to receive that money has been freed, right? It's been freed up. And it always seems to happen that way. Just recently, last month, manifested $20,000. And it came at a time when I was doing an audition. And it was the furthest thing from my mind. All of a sudden, I get this text informing me that, we had just gotten $20,000. And so, keep in mind, once you set it, forget it and let it go. And I promise you, it will pay huge dividends. Okay, so just going over a little bit before we get ready to head out. Clean up your junk. Clean up the emotion. Let go of all the blocks, trap beliefs, all that stuff. Get rid of that. Unforgiveness. Forgive. Forgiveness will free so much up. You can't even begin to imagine, right? So free everything up. Let it go. Release it. Move into a place of gratitude. Give thanks for everything. Thanks means acceptance, right? Thanks means acceptance when it comes down to the law of attraction. On top of things, have faith that you know it can happen, that you understand that it's going to unfold without question. That's a belief there. And that comes from you looking back at the past and looking back at everything that has happened for you already from a universal standpoint. Okay? And from faith, you're going to move from faith to allowing something to come to you by divine right. And by what I mean by divine right is just completely letting it go and then stepping into a place of ease, which means redirecting your energy and just allowing it to find you, because oftentimes it'll come right to your front door before you know it, So it's important to do that also. And that pretty much sums it up. And once again, love resonates, or money resonates on the same energy as love. Same energy as love. So that means that wherever there's love present, there is money present as well. And it may not be in the physical form just yet, but it's in that energetic form, and it's waiting for you to acknowledge that. And once you acknowledge that, you'll see your money grow astronomically, plainly put. So with that being said, guys, we're going to set an intention here, and we're going to let you go right after we set that intention. So if you would, join me in a hookup by placing your middle finger in between your eyebrows, which is your third eye, and taking your other middle finger and placing it on the center of your chest, and taking 3 deep breaths real quick here. Good. And now I'm going to state an intention or a prayer, so to speak, to create a shift within our lives. It's great that we all are gathered here with the energy and joy present. And so we're just going to get into this right now. Dearest God in me, your presence in all of us makes us so very grateful that everything that we could need and desire is available to us in this universe. It is our intention to easily and effortlessly manifest the law of attraction working in a way that helps us to see what it is that we're truly bringing into our lives, but also allows us to know more about it, allows us to discover divine wisdom about the law of attraction in order to use it in a way that benefits us and that benefits everybody else. We ask. We come to you humbly and gratefully, asking that all things that we desire come into our life by the law of attraction, as we stated, in a comforting, easeful, graceful way, by divine right and by divine selection. And so it is. Amen. Guys, you are on your way. Put yourself at ease. That prayer in itself is really going to amp up the law of attraction. It's going to allow you to create and manifest more money into your life, because once again, money is love and love is money. It's the same exact thing. Same thing. Just like I said, if you want me to prove it, I will prove it to you. Okay? So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It has been a pleasure as always. We will talk soon. Take care. Have a wonderful day.